See them cruising their towns in pickup trucks, four-wheel driving gear, they don't take no guff. Yet there ain't a good cause that they ever pass up. There to lend a hand when someone needs to step up. Hank Jr. sang about how they all can run a trottle line, treat their mamas and daddies with respect and kind. Danny Slick gives them friction like another Hank song. Not looking for trouble, but they never ever run. They love their family, God and country, and their women too. Show respect to those they know respect is due. Doesn't mean they ain't above their share of whiskey or shine. They work hard all day, then like to have a good time. Saturday nights you find them out real late. Sunday mornings they're in church passing the collection plate. They'll be drinking beer with family Sunday afternoons. Then it's up Monday morning, got to pay your dues. See them all over this great old land, from the north, east, west, and southern ends. They ain't shy about what they think or making a stand. What we're talking about is a country man.
Drop your pants next to the bed, that's just what the woman said. The look upon her face was mighty boy. Drop your drawers and stay a while, she said calmly with a smile. Told her I was not that kind of boy. I was just a boy of teens, it was yesterday it seems. Walking down the street after a dance, by the corner stood a girl with her hair all up in curls. Her motion to me wasn't hard to grasp. Well, she had things I'd never seen, and Lord knows I was pretty green. She motioned me to follow her sweet path. She said, honey, come upstairs. I knelt and said my prayers. As I closed the door, here's what she said to me.
Come here, you sweet thing.
Drop your pants next to the bed, that's just what the woman said. The look upon her face was mighty coy. Drop your drawers and stay a while, she said calmly with a smile. Told her I was not that kind of boy. Well, I knew not what to do, so I just removed my shoes. After all, I didn't know her well. I was nervous as could be, but she smiled so patiently. The room was cool, but I was hot as hell. Drop your pants next to the bed, that's just what the woman said. The look upon her face was mighty coy. Drop your drawers and stay a while, she said calmly with a smile. Told her I was not that kind of boy. Morning lifted up my eyes, across my fingers gave a sigh. All at once came someone to the door. A voice pounded at the air, I know my daughter's in there. She said calmly as my bare feet hit the floor. Drop your pants next to the bed, that's just what the woman said. The look upon her face was mighty coy. Drop your drawers and stay a while, she said calmly with a smile. Told her I was not that kind of boy. Well, I told her I was not that kind of boy. Well, I told her I was not that kind of boy. These are the days of thunder, we're gonna make time stand still. A quarter after midnight, and I'm watching the wall. Sometimes I feel so uptight, I just can't sleep at all. Every day doing the same old thing, we're losing time. The weekend comes, we gotta have some fun and rewind. These are the days of thunder, we're gonna make time stand still. We gotta feel the hunger, hanging over the edge just to taste the thrill. I feel the rope tightening, choking off our air. We need to grab some lightning, Friday's almost here. Caught in a web, we need to cut this thread we're hanging by. Where is it said you have to be half dead to survive? These are the days of thunder, we're gonna make time stand still. We gotta feel the hunger, hanging over the edge just to taste the thrill. These are the days of thunder, we're gonna make time stand still. We gotta feel the hunger, hanging over the edge just to taste the thrill. These are the days of thunder, we're gonna make time stand still. We gotta feel the hunger, hanging over the edge just to taste the thrill. These are the days of thunder.
All right, we're almost here.
You're out here in the great outdoors.
There we go.
Tell us how fantastic it is. You know, is that good?
We need a little feedback from Rogue. All right, I think it's time to get started.
Absolutely. Glad to see you, Hamdian. Seems you made it on time today.
Well, hang on a sec. I get the right images up here. This is just too many buttons to click. All right, off we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for WordPress Plugins A to Z, not Z.
It's episode 673, and we have plugins for AFC membership uploading, cube coloring, and some WordPress news, all coming up on WordPress Plugins from A to Z. WordPress, the king of content management systems, powering the web with over 80,000 plugins to choose from. How do you sort the junk from the gems? Welcome to WP Plugins A to Z, where we've been keeping the pulse of WordPress alive for over 16 incredible years. Join us every week for an unrehearsed, real talk breakdowns of the latest and greatest plugins, developer and community member interviews. Some weeks, Amber and I team up to dig in. Others, I'm flying solo, unpacking WordPress news, demoing a standout plugin, or sharing tips to power up your site. No scripts, no fluff, just the good stuff from A to Z. So plug in and let's get rolling. Well, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you happen to be hiding out there on the globe. Coming to you direct from the utter brutally overlooking beautiful southern Vancouver Island. I'm John Overall, and with me is the ever lovely
Amberlyn.
Almost time that one, right?
Almost.
Well, I was a little off on it, but that's all right. Anyway, we got the usual great show for you, all kinds of useful tidbits and bits and pieces, and the artwork from Grok has been getting better and better, especially the latest video. I really kind of like it. You would have seen
Yeah,
it.
so I have to ask, is that a dragon fighter, or are those his pets?
I'm not certain on what it is. That's that's a Valkyrie coming in and a knight, and then 2 dragons coming in to create havoc, and they slay them. I really have no idea.
Oh, it's a Valkyrie. See, I wasn't sure. I thought maybe it was like an angel or something.
Well, it does
I'm
look
not
like an
sure.
angel, but it's supposed to be a Valkyrie.
Valkyrie. Okay, so
And Valkyrie with weapons makes more sense than an angel.
depends on which version you read.
Well, true, but anyway, it's supposed to be a Valkyrie. I just thought
Okay.
I thought it was kind of cool.
It is.
Grok's
awesome.
getting pretty good with the art. At any rate, that's pretty much all I got.
Thank you for sharing, John. Now get down from that soapbox.
Well, welcome everyone to episode 673. Unlock the plugin vault. A to Z's latest WordPress gems revealed. So we've got a couple of great in-depth plugins to cover for you. We've got WP Pro A to Z ACF membership uploader, a front-end ACF uploader designed for paid membership websites, and QColor new plugins, a plugin that brings back the new tab for you for your add plugin dashboard area. And of course, we also got some recent news in both the WordPress world and the tech world in general. And we have some WordPress tips too. Just a couple of reminders before we start the show today. You can join us here every Monday at 12 p.m. Pacific time to enjoy our show. Show notes are added to WP Plugins A-Z.com within 24 hours of the show airing. You can find them either on the homepage or in the podcast vaults. And this is a value for value show, so you can help us get some lovin' by hitting that like button on this show. You can also turn the volume way up, tell people about us, make sure people hear us, and they'll fall in love with us right away. I just know it. Our artist today is Grok. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Grok. We were just talking about that.
Yep. Grok's doing pretty good work these days. Is getting more creative. They've added more to the Imagine section. I was playing with it a few days ago. I actually took a snapshot of that. I took a rogue, and then I had Grok turn it into a video. It was
Oh, cool.
pretty accurate, surprisingly. But yeah, so there's a lot you can do with it now. It's kind of interesting.
Well, if any of our producers out there would like to send in some art, we would love to have human art. Or if you just feel like messing around with the AI yourself, send us in the art you create with the AI. That would be awesome too.
Mm-hmm. It would be. Then I don't have to worry about creating the art every week. All right. With that being said,
Please, can everybody be quiet? Please be quiet. Shut up! And now the news with Amber.
So first up, we have the WordPress vulnerability report from PatchStack, which is as up to date as possible. They throw in stuff as soon as they find them. Most recent one looks like it was from about 6 hours ago. You can change it around so that you're looking at plugins. Like right now, it's set to everything, but you can change it around to look at what you need to look at. It's very useful. Filters are awesome. Highly recommend you go and check these guys out. Next up, we have Opt-in Monster plugin hacked in CDN supply chain attack. So this has kind of been a big thing. I've got this one and another article on this. Awesome Motive's Opt-in Monster, Trust Pulse, and Push Engage plugins were compromised in a supply chain attack. The attacker exploited a known vulnerability in Updraft Plus on the Opt-in Monster website and used it to tamper with JavaScript served from their CDN. If you're running any of these plugins and had an admin logged in during the window, check your file system for rogue accounts or hidden plugins. There's a link here. The Opt-in Monster has published detailed remediation steps in its disclosure. So I have the link right here in the show notes, or you can follow the link in the show notes to the article to get all the different links so you can find out more about it and how to fix it. The next one I have here...
I was going to say, that's another supply chain attack we've had in the last few months.
Yeah, well, this one is also about Awesome Motive. The next one we have... Awesome Motive breach widens as Uncanny Automator confirms customer data theft. Monster Insights users hit with phishing campaign. So Monster Insights is a really popular one.
Yeah, well, Monster Insights had some flaws. I remember reading something about it a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, so the critical vulnerability disclosed on June 10th has now been linked to breaches across 5 Awesome Motive brands. Uncanny Owl, the company behind Uncanny Automator, a WordPress workflow automation plugin with around 50,000 active installations, has published a security incident notice on June 15th. An attacker exploited a vulnerability in third-party software on automatorplugin.com on June 12th, gained infrastructure access, accessed customer personal data, and distributed a backdoored plugin build. So what this is doing is it's actually, when it's turned on, it turns itself on, builds in a backdoor, then deletes itself. This one you definitely want to read about because this goes through the whole story explaining, like, one guy figured this out because he got a notice, a pretty normal notice of, hey, this plugin was deleted. So he went and checked it out. It turned out to be something entirely different. So check this out, read up on it. It's definitely, oh, actually, that's a different article. Sorry. So
Okay.
I'll talk about that article in a bit. But no, this one is still very important.
Okay.
The next one we have here is CERN moves the birthplace of the web to WordPress, which is just kind of a cool thing. CERN has migrated its main flagship site, home.cern, to WordPress. They plan to run 580 plus sites on it and open source their migration tools.
Cool.
Yeah. Thought that was pretty cool. Wanted to bring that and tell everyone about it. WordPress.org launches Protect the Shire initiative, adds 24-hour cooldown for plugin and theme auto updates. So every release across WordPress.org's 78,000 plugins and themes now faces AI-powered review before auto updates roll out, and a wapoo named Gandalf is on the job. For now, each new plugin release will wait up to 24 hours before being distributed through auto updates. This will give everyone, including a new wapoo we call Gandalf, a chance to review changes, is what Mullenweg wrote. I think this might actually be a really good thing. He's hoping that in the future it will take less time and it might actually be within minutes in the future. But for right now, they're giving 24 hours so that they can really make sure that everything is being checked out thoroughly.
Yeah, well, that's the answer to what occurred earlier this year with the dozens of plugins that were purchased, backdoors inserted, sent out as updates to people. So they're looking for these sorts of things now. I've seen a couple of articles of different developers who are mildly complaining about it because it's changed their release schedule.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, it's only a 24-hour difference.
Well, but for some of them, they release and they expect support requests in the first 24 to 36-hour window. And like
so they have extra people on call ready to go.
Well, one of them said he usually released on Monday mornings, and that left him the rest of the week. Now he says I'll probably have to release it on Sundays so it can hit the 24-hour window to be approved for Monday morning.
That makes sense.
So it's just they're mild irritants to the developers, is what I've been reading. It's like for the really good developers that are like, you know, they always do good. It's for the mild irritants, but for the chumps the chumps that have caused this problem, hopefully it'll catch them and boot them to the curb.
So they're messing with people's routines.
Yes.
That's never any good.
No, especially a lot of programmers, in fact, probably most of them are ADHD, mildly autistic in many ways.
Yeah.
And having their schedules messed up doesn't bode well for them.
It just breaks the entire world around them.
Yes, I'm right there with them, man. When my schedule gets broken mildly, it throws me off for a while.
So next thing I have here is WordPress 7.1 roadmap focuses on collaboration, guidelines, and responsive styling with RTC still unresolved. So that would be the real-time collaboration.
Yeah, probably.
From everything I've read, it seems like a lot of the community does not want this in the core.
No, create it as a bloody plugin, man, and let the people who actually need it add it. Because forcing it to everybody when only like a 5 to 15% max of the whole WordPress community would use it. It's like, why would you cram this down our throats? Yeah, okay, you guys would use it because you're doing things. Well, make it a plugin and then add it to your components. But for those of us that don't need real-time collaboration, don't force us to have
Bugger
this.
off.
Yeah, bugger off. Yeah, so hopefully it stays out of the core. I really hope so.
Yeah, that seems to be like the biggest topic of conversation right now. Although this article is really good, it goes through the various main topics of conversation that were talked about. So it's worth a read.
Okay, well, we'll see what happens. I don't know. Do they have a time frame for that? Probably November.
I didn't really. I don't remember what they said.
Beta 1 is scheduled for July 15th, so
Yeah.
I would expect August, maybe September.
That could work.
Yeah. Oh well, we'll see what happens as it progresses through the year,
Okay,
through the rest of our summer.
So this next one is one that I started explaining. I was starting to get the articles mixed up in my head. I apologize for that. This one is where the developer traces 13-year backdoor campaign across 44 WordPress.org plugins to a single operator.
That would have been Austin Grinder. He has been busy lately.
Yes, he managed to trace a 13-year-old supply chain operation back to a single operator who has used 19 WordPress.org accounts, multiple fake brands, and a dissolved Cypress shell company to distribute backdoors across 44 plugins, several of them marketed as security tools. And the WordPress Plugins team says the real numbers are higher still. And this all started when WP Beacon Scanner flagged a routine plugin closure that didn't look routine. The plugins team hadn't simply closed a plugin called WP Advanced Math CAPTCHA, but had deleted a single compressed binary. Ginder?
Grinder. For some reason, I keep saying Grinder. It looks like Ginder or Ginder.
Decoded it. He decoded it in one line of Python, and out came a self-deleting PHP dropper that planted a 482-line backdoor into the WordPress root, phoned home to register the infection, and erase the evidence. A CAPTCHA plugin with 6,000 active installs had been planting a remote access tool on every site that ran it. So, any site owners running a plugin authored by SiteGuarding, SafetyBiz, or any of the 17 burner accounts listed out should treat the site as compromised. Full campaign, all 44 plugins, the IOCs, and cleanup instructions can be found in the link here in our show notes. You can also follow the link back to this article in our show notes to read the whole thing for yourself, because it does go through his entire experience. It's a very interesting read. Like, seriously, I could talk about this for another 10 minutes. It's amazing.
Oh yeah, well this is quite an amazing one.
Yeah, so
well, I've never
check
used
this out.
I've never used any of those plugins there. So.
No. Me either, luckily, but like check your sites, check your client sites, because clients sometimes like to help.
Oh yeah, they do, and they often end up not helping.
Yeah. They're over helpful.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like toddlers who are trying to help you sweep up.
Yes, yes. While they hold the dustpan upside down.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
But they're trying.
Yes.
But yeah, so do make sure you check your site, your client sites. Make sure that you don't have any of these, and give this a read. Get a full understanding of what's going on so that you aren't caught unawares.
Yep.
And then the last thing I have here is the most unpredictable meteor shower of the year peaks this week. Here's what to expect. The June Boutids, which I didn't know was called Boutids.
Neither did I. I didn't even know we had a meteor shower in June.
Well, we do, actually. Every June between the 20th and 27th, or really 20th and the 30th. But usually throughout my life, it's not been too many. Last time we had a huge cluster of them falling was in 98. So, but right now it's peaking between the 20th and 27th this year. And some astronomers think that this could be one of the good years where a whole huge amount of meteors shower down. Nobody can say for sure though, because it's notoriously unpredictable.
Yeah.
But if you have the opportunity, get out to somewhere dark and look up for a while. You might see some pretty amazing showers going on.
Yeah, my favorite is the ones in August, the Perseids.
Oh yeah, definitely. Hendian said, "Dust pens have an orientation? Who knew?"
Yeah, I know.
So we don't have many things for extras today, but we do have more things in the extras. Be sure to check them out.
All right. All right, this is kind of a light week for me. I've been rather busy with multiple other things, including the launch of a new project and the creation and reiteration of a new podcast. But let's talk about those things as we render into them. All right, first thing I just want to talk about is, of course, my little featured promotion that I bring every week of some premium plugin out there that I use and I don't have an affiliate with or anything else. I just think other people should know about it. This week here, we're talking about Conversion Bridge. It's a fantastic little plugin to make doing all that conversion tracking on your website easy. It's got beautiful interface for interaction. It's got connections to Google Analytics and multiple other analytics programs. It's built-in interface with WooCommerce, Elementor, easy digital downloads, and more through your site. He's got a big, long list of plugins that if you install and activate the plugin, you can interact this thing in there. And you can set up all of your tracking data so that you start to get more fine-tuned tracking data for what you're doing. It's a really fantastic plugin, well worth the money. You can go get it for a reasonable price, single site at $79, or go for a studio license and get up to 10 sites for $179. That one's well worth it. I have one of those licenses, so I have it across multiple websites that I'm doing tracking and SEO stuff for. So go check it out. A really fantastic plugin. All right. Of course, don't forget, this is a value for value show. Now, I do want to talk about the project that I have just launched. This is Pet Trackers. Pet Trackers is the future of pet safety, and we are currently in the alpha stage. For those of you listening that have pets, go check out pettrackers.com, petrackers.com, and go sign up for our alpha testing, and we'll get you hooked up where you can have yourself a fantastic account where you get your own page, where you can set it up and make it public or private and showcase your pet's information. And it's great for if your pet gets lost, it's got a list in it to help you instantly email a specific list of people with your pet's information and a link to the page so that they can go get the information and share it out wide and far to find your lost pet. So go check that one out. That one's been pretty busy this week. That kept me busy getting that launched. All right.
It looks amazing. And it's really fun to read through, and the art is cool too.
Yeah, the art's great. My co-helper who's been doing all the content for it, he's done some really great content and articles, and he's managed to train the AI to create himself some really fantastic caricature art. So it's just full of all this great caricature art. So lots of cool stuff there. All right, now I do have a random pet peeve this week because I'm just so irritated with the emails I've been getting, more and more of them lately, of these people who come in and say, well, they're useless inquiries asking about being on our website or being on the podcast. And they come in, I recently visited your website and noticed you published several blog posts. I'd like to introduce you to this plugin that helps you use and organize. How can we get this to share this? Well, if you listen to the show or you paid attention to the website, you know right on the website you submit that stuff. Don't send me an email because I'm going to delete it. I just look at it and go, yeah, you didn't read or look at anything. Goodbye. It's irritating. And the worst part is, you know, they signed it off with, best regards, Joe Schmo at Company X. You don't, and then you look at the email it's sent from. It's a throwaway Hotmail email address.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, okay, go away. Go away. You managed to scrape my email address, and you just annoyed the hell out of me. The worst ones are the ones that say, hey, I've got this really great guest for your podcast. You know, he's really fantastic. And I listened to your show and it sounds so fantastic. It's like, no, you didn't listen. Because if you did listen, you would have known to go over to the website and fill out the form.
Yeah.
That's the first thing that gets me. We listened to your show and blah, 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 blah. So that's my pet peeve. They've been rather irritating.
I take it you're getting a lot of these lately.
I am. I'm getting like 3 or 4 a week.
Oh, no. Funny enough, I'm often getting emails lately talking about, hey, I just looked over your site, the site that is an SEO, talking about SEO site and has pretty good SEO, and I would like to do your SEO for you. I get those a lot lately.
Yeah, those ones are also in my favorite of the pet peeve for emails. For people that say, hey, I did this and I looked at that and I want to sell you this. But if you did that and looked at this or listened to that, you would know that none of the rest applies.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, thanks, guys. Thank you so much. You just
Thanks.
wasted my time.
Yeah, well, that's my random pet peeve this week. All right, I want to let everyone know I have interviews for the month of July. You will not get a Plugin Pulse show in July. I have 2 interviews booked and in preparation for research and to do. The first one is Marcin Dudek, and that one's on July 13th. And then I have Marcus Burnett on July 27th. These should be some really fantastic interviews. They're plugin developers. They're active in the WordPress community. We have a whole lot of information. I've got some research to do to prep up those shows. And I think they'll be quite fantastic. So that'll be a change of pace considering we've had Plugin Pulse shows for the last several months and no interviews. So I'm ecstatic that people actually paid attention and went and booked the interview.
It's awesome. I'm excited to listen to them. I love listening to the interview shows.
Yeah, well, the interviews are pretty good. And I do my diligence research on my guests before I interview them. Sometimes even finding I had one guest where I found his random thing he thought he'd buried in the internet about how he got his start selling beer bongs. So, you know, there's a lot of
awesome.
There's a lot of stuff buried on the internet. If it went on the internet, it's still out there somewhere. Somebody has a copy of it somewhere, and periodically, just when you think it's buried forever, somebody brings it back to life.
It shall be found.
Mm-hmm. And that's what I try to do, is I try to find the obscure stuff, just to see what I can do. And I do have available dates for August and September. The September isn't open yet for booking, but August is open for booking. You can book the 10th or the 24th of August, and if they don't get booked, there'll be Plugin Pulse shows. All right, and I do have some random links in the show notes for different places you can go get additional WordPress training and information, and I need to add to that list, but as I've been overly busy lately, so be it. With that, let's dive into talking about today's WordPress plugin. All right, the plugin I've got for you is one that I have been writing, and it is relevant to what I was just talking about for pet trackers. This plugin was created specifically for pet trackers, but I've tried to keep it as open as possible for other people to take a hold of and then use in their own methods. What it allows for is it's integrated with Paid Membership Pro and Advanced Custom Fields. Those are the 2 plugins that are required for this plugin to work. And using Advanced Custom Fields, you create your own custom post type, and then you put in your custom fields for that custom post type. Then it integrates into Paid Membership Pro, which is used to collect your fees for what you're selling. And it allows you, with an integration in it, to set levels of what people are allowed to do. What this allows is it creates a single page entry for people when they're looking into the website to go ahead and create a single membership page. And because it's my account here, I can showcase what it does for you here live for you, for those looking here on the internet or on the YouTubes. It allows you to create a member email list where you can create a list of emails for instant mailing, test that list, have a instant message sent out for lost pet alert that goes to that email list. You can make your page live or private, set your images that you want for your pet, upload your current video, upload your pet's information to it, save all of that, and have it integrated. It's still in refinement. As I said, we're in the alpha stages. I need feedback from actual live users to make sure I've got everything working before I refine the look and feel in the back end, even though it's still relatively useful. It has an administrative page that allows you to go in and set the fields that are used for these pages. It creates one page per user. That is a feature that is being added so people can have more than one pet available. That is coming in the future for an addition. It's got spam protection, admin moderation. It's also got limitations on how often someone can send emails from here, help prevent a spammer from possibly abusing your system, and more. This plugin is still in development. It's an active development and moving forward. But for those that might be interested, go to my GitHub repo where it's available, download and fork it, and take it in a whole nother path. But this is a really fantastic plugin, and it's got really quite some great options. It does require WordPress 6+. 7 is where I've got it set at now. Advanced Custom Fields Pro, it cannot be used with the free version of Advanced Custom Fields because it uses repeater fields and other things that are only available in the Pro version. And then, of course, the payment gateway, which is done through Paid Membership Pro. So go check it out, and let's see. 6 megs. The pet video limit being 6 meg. This is a thing that you can limit. It limits how large a video. A 6 meg video is about 20 seconds, more than enough time. It's like the video that I have uploaded is under 6 megs. The video I have uploaded, it's a 3 meg video, and it's a 20-second video. So that's the thing is you can if you want to, and I am looking at higher tiers. If somebody wants longer videos, they pay more money to allow larger videos because video takes up storage space. And storage space, believe it or not, costs money, no matter where you put it. So, and then you can also limit the number of images they can have. The higher tiers get more images for their pets. Now, people can also use the pet page as a place to just, hey, I want to brag about my pet. Go check him out here on pettrackers.com, and they can talk about all their pet stuff. So there's just some really cool things with it.
I think he was just teasing you because you put MG instead of MB.
Oh.
You put milligram instead of megabytes.
Oh, I didn't even notice that was a G. I still read that as a B. Yes, he was. Okay, I get it now. Okay, thanks. I never even noticed the typo. That means I got to go back and fix a typo. All right. Yeah. Aside from that, that's one of the things I'm famous for next to my run-on sentences.
Yes. Anything you do, we have to de-Johnify before it can go out to public, usually.
Usually. At any rate, that's this plugin here. It's called the WP Pro A-Z AFC Membership Uploader, and I give it a 5 Dragon rating. Go check it out.
And then there's a tip.
There is.
So if anybody out there has a tidbit tip that they'd like to share with the world, maybe talk about how you figured out something to help somebody who broke something, or how you broke something and then learned a whole lot in fixing it. Or if you just have a bit of advice you'd like to share with the younger generation, send it in to me at amber@wppro.ca, and I will put it here. I would love to replace my rambling with the rambling of someone else at some point. That'd be cool. So my tip to you today is, we all know that many companies are continuously bettering their customer service and in turn bettering your customer experience. And we all know this rarely ever turns out the way they dreamed it would. Although, sometimes it actually does work. So my tip to you today is to remember not to judge the update by the name. Just because it is version 5.3 does not mean that it will go the way of D&D, where versions 1 through 3 will always be the best. Sometimes the newest and latest version is indeed pretty amazing. You just gotta give it a chance. Try it out. See if it works. Change kind of sucks, but sometimes it's exactly what is needed to actually better your customer experience. Just not often.
Yeah.
But it does happen.
I can't recall a single time in the last 10 years.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure if you give me a few hours, I'll recall one time. I'll just have to think really hard to the point where there's like steam coming out of my ears, but I'll figure it out.
Yeah, probably. Something along that line. All right. Great tips. Give it a shot, see what happens, and then work through the bumps in it.
Hey, so the plugin I'm bringing today is Cube Color New Plugins. This is one I brought to the show once or twice over the years, but I think it's about time for me to bring it again since my dad wasn't remembering what it was. And I use it in all of my sites.
Since it has a big button on it that says new.
And that is for the new plugin tab that it creates.
Ah, okay.
So this is a plugin that what it does is it adds 2 new tabs called New and Beta Testing. They add it to your up to your Add Plugin dashboard. You can see right there. So this enables you to explore and install the plugins most recently added to the WordPress.org plugin directory. Find plugins that are still in beta testing and people would like to get it to get some feedback on it. It's pretty cool. And once you install and activate this, the plugin just adds the tabs to your dashboard area. That's it. It's a plug and go. At the top, you'll see new, featured, popular, recommended, favorites, beta testing, and search plugins. Yeah, you can see right there.
I think that's the way the original WordPress dashboard was once upon a time.
And somebody realized that when it was taken away, the new version sucked, so they did this.
Well, they realized the thing is people used to default to the new tab and check out the new plugins, and then when they did away with the new, and I don't remember the beta testing, then they set the featured one, and the featured one they set for all of WordPress's plugins for years, up until recently.
Yes.
And of course, everyone, most people know that the first things people see, they're going to see a list of plugins, go, hey, I like that one. That one looks good name. And they try them before they would move to the other tabs. And that was why they manipulated the results of installs is basically how it went.
Yep. So this is, using this plugin is actually one of the ways I've managed to bring so many brand new, fresh out of the box plugins over the years. And the beta testing is always interesting. When you have any extra time and you feel like going and mucking about with something that may or may not work, go hang out there for a while. The plugins there always are kind of cool.
Yeah. That would be kind of interesting.
It is a very lightweight plugin, and it definitely plays well with others. I've never had an issue with this plugin, which is saying something, because I do some interestingly weird things to my sandbox sites.
Yeah.
And it is absolutely free. Totally free. I highly recommend you check this out. And if you get a chance, pass them some coffee money. And if you ever reach out to them, be sure to tell them who sent you their way. I rate this at 5 dragons.
Cool. Yeah, that's a good plugin. I got to remember it exists when I'm trying to hunt down new plugins. Let's see if I can recall that information.
Yeah, Hemni was saying there's a story that when Oracle DB was first released, it was released as version 2.0 because the company knew people never buy 1.0 of anything.
Yeah, that would make absolute sense. That would make absolute sense. Yeah. All right. Well, let's wander on into talking about...
It's time to donate to WP Plugins A-Z.
This is the part where we talk about the value for value and our affiliate sections. Now, first off, we talk a little bit about our affiliates here for the website. And we do have 4 companies we have affiliates with. We have yet to make a single dollar off any of our affiliate links, but we still talk about them because we use these plugins and we think other people should know about them. First one, Termageddon. Fantastic plugin. If you've got, well, pretty much if you operate anywhere in the world today, you need a privacy policy, and most of the world you need a cookie consent policy. Those 2 things. And then it has a whole bunch of slew of additional policies. It helps keep them up to date for you. It's really easy. It just takes time to answer all the questions. Once you do all that, it sends you emails and notifications that say, hey, laws might be changing. You might be impacted. Go double check. So fantastic thing. You can get it. Follow our link. We'll make a couple of bucks. You'll pay the same price, about $129 a year for the licensing on it. And it's really easy to get installed and activated. Go check it out.
And we have Rank Math, which is for SEO and is really easy to use. If you don't really know much about SEO, getting the free version of these guys will get you on track. They use real people language rather than geek language, so anybody can use their plugin and understand it and actually get going with SEO. They treat everyone the same, whether you have pro or free version. So when you call or ask for help, they don't treat you like less if you're the free version, which is really nice because I've had that experience a few times where I'm using the free version and they don't really pay attention to me. But it's really awesome. It's about a third of the price of Yoast or all-in-one SEO. It's more lightweight, has more tools in the free version than the other guys do in their free version, and is totally worth it. Again, follow our link.
Absolutely. And the other one I've got here is bunny.net, which is a CDN network, which is quite a fantastic CDN network, which saves you all kinds of time and grief if you want to get your data uploaded and offloaded. The one thing I'm using it for now is over on the Oasis. I'm using it for a new podcast that I've started, and I'm using it for my video version of the podcast being delivered from BunnyNet, which can only be watched over on the Oasis website. And that is one of the really great features. You can lock your videos, your audio, or images or anything down to being delivered only through your website. And their affordability is quite decent considering the amount of data I've uploaded there and the amount of data being delivered each month. It's still well within the affordability range, only costing me a few bucks a month for its usage. So go check out bunny.net. Very fantastic CDN network. Please use our link. We get a few bucks for it, and those few bucks don't actually come to my pocket. I have gotten a couple of bucks off those, but only because of my clients setting them up on BunnyNet. But I use that money to help pay for my delivery service. So anyway, go check that one out. The final one is Glow, WP Maintenance Manager. Very affordable, simple method of, flip that, $1.95 US per seat. Your first website is free, and every website past that is $1.95. Very affordable plan for managing multiple WordPress websites. You can see everything that's happening in them, what needs updated. If you're so inclined and brave enough, you can let it do all your updates for you, which I don't recommend personally, because if you don't know what's being updated and it breaks, you don't know what broke. So
that is a drawback.
That is a drawback, but there are lots of other great features in it. The best feature I have found with it is the one for creating monthly reports of what you've been doing to send out to your clients. That's one of the great features that I have found in it. So go check those out. And of course, as we mentioned, this is a value for value website. So if you get any value out of this podcast and our website, please kick some value back. The value can be time, talent, or treasure. And we're looking at the time and talent part. The time is getting out there, plugging people in, telling them about the show, share the great knowledge of WP Plugins A to Z. The other one is the talent. Donate your artwork. You can get your artwork showcased here in our art gallery. Your artwork doesn't have to be manually created. I create most of these images in AI with a single prompt and a few words, and the artwork is created in minutes instead of what used to take me sometimes hours to create artwork. You can see the historical artwork. I'll go into our artist vaults, and you'll see the historical artwork of what I did. It wasn't nearly as cool as what I'm getting now, but that's the way it works. That would be a great one. The final way is through Treasure. Yes, we'll take your treasure. You can donate to the show. Click on the treasure donation via PayPal. Give us any amount you feel is valuable. If this show saved you $5, hey, consider kicking that $5 to us. If it earned you an extra $100, maybe a 20% commission on that would be viable for us. You earned that extra $100 through something we told you how to do. Hey, kick us a few bucks. Sort of pay us back.
We love shinies.
Yes, we love shinies. We love the little shinies. So anyway, time, talent, or treasure to support WP Plugins A to Z as a value for value podcast. All right, I covered up in this episode the WP Pro A to Z AFC membership uploader, which is AFC Pro powered, also using paid membership Pro. It allows one entry per user, creates the one single page for them to showcase on the front. It can be a public or private page, depending on whether they set it and their particular membership. It's determined whether it's public or private. And there is still administrative moderation at the back end for the master administrator of the website, and I gave it a 5 dragon rating.
And I covered Cube Color new plugins by Cube Color. Lightweight and works well. Adds in new and beta testing to your ad plugin dashboard area, and plays well with others, which is a very important aspect.
And if you'd like to reach out to us, all our contact information is in the show notes, and that is where we're going to go right now into.
It's question and answer time with John and Amber.
So if anybody out there has any questions you'd like to have asked here on the show, you can send them in to me at amber@wppro.ca. And it doesn't matter what the question is. It can be like asking for advice, asking for an opinion, ask for a crazy ass story from when he first started in this business. It can be a question that you may think is dumb, but you would like the answer and you want to ask anonymously. Send it to me. I'll ask, and I'll just pretend it's me if you want to stay anonymous. No problem. For today, our first question is, how do you go about testing to see if a new plugin will play nicely with your other plugins and existing setup?
You throw it into a dev site with your existing plugins and setup and see if anything breaks. Are there any other tests that you do? Because I have a few tests that I do, but I'm wondering if you do. I don't have specific tests. I throw it in and then I go check to see everything that's supposed to functions. And if it does, hallelujah, plugin works. I'm still finding that about 95% of the time a plugin works with very few problems or issues.
Yeah.
It's usually a really off-the-wall plugin that causes problems. But for the most part, most of the plugins work very well with other things. The problems come now with plugins during updates and people updating for WordPress made a core change, PHP 8 point, I think we're up to 8.4 now with 8.5 around the corner. The big one was between 7.4 and 8. They made so many changes it broke everything.
Yes.
And they've continued making changes, and they've been dropping legacy code over the time. I mean, even WordPress has been stopping support for past version of PHP, and that's where the problems lie in that issue. When a plugin's created, if it's balanced for your current PHP version and WordPress version, it's usually fine. That's where it comes useful to check when you're looking at a plugin to see what version of PHP, what version of WordPress has it been tested up to. And that'll tell you a lot. And then also, like a lot of plugins I'm creating now are mandating PHP 8.2 versus 8 or 8.1. Because they didn't.
That makes sense.
And so that's the thing is you have to look to see what it is. And then, of course, the code for the plugins, a lot of them, when they're writing that as a mandate, before the plugin will install, it actively looks at your stack and it goes, oh, you've got PHP 8.1. We can't activate this. You need at least PHP 8.2 for it to activate. Or you need at least PHP or WordPress 7 to activate. Other than that, there's nothing really I do any significant tests on for it. Just do it.
Well, my biggest test I find is if it's not already activated, I'll reactivate any of the plugins that I know are a bit heavier.
Yeah.
Like, I can't remember the name of it, but there's a couple of like creating images or banners plugins that I know are a bit heavier.
Yeah.
And I'll activate that, and then I'll open it and I'll do something crazy with it and throw it on. And if anything kind of goes glitchy or slow, I'll try deactivating the one I just added. If it fixes itself, I know that there's an issue between them two. Like that's one of the tests I do. Just activating the heavier ones, because I find that if there's going to be an issue that's like unnoticeable but still causing problems, it's going to be regarding the more heavier plugins, and it's going to end up just causing it to slow or glitch or something like that.
Yep. There you go.
That's the biggest issue.
There you go, Hamdian, for your challenge. If you just stick it in your production site, I put you up to balance video. we'll just balance it out and pray.
Yeah, well, you know, that's one way to do it.
We're doing it live. Yes, well, I say that regularly. It's like this show is live to tape, man. Nothing is edited. Whatever mistakes happen along the way, well, they're in the end result product.
The reason why I do that one particular test I just explained is because I've learned over the years that if there is a mild glitch in one of the heavier plugins down the road, it may cause the site to break.
Yeah.
And that's what I've learned. That's when I say it plays nicely with other plugins, I mean there's no mild glitch found that I was able to test for.
Yeah.
Next question. What do you do when a plugin doesn't play nicely? Do you systematically turn off other plugins one by one to isolate the conflict, or do you usually just disable the new one and look for an alternative?
That'll depend on how much time I have and how critical this new plugin is. If this new plugin is really critical to what I need done, I will turn off one by one to see which plugin is conflicting. Because 9.5 out of 10 times it'll be another plugin conflicting. It won't be WordPress creating problems. It'll be a plugin conflicting. And it'll often be both plugins are trying to call the same resource, or both plugins are trying to make the same thing happen, or by some random number theory, they both chose the same oddball name for a what do I call
it? A file?
Yeah, a file or a specific
query.
Yeah, that's it. Not even a query. There's another name for it, and it's not coming to head. But
okay.
But anyway, for a specific event to occur, and by some random number theory, they chose the exact same name. So they're both trying to call the same thing, and it's not working. So
you know, the weirdest one I ever experienced was I found a plugin called Dobby, and it just kind of hid all the messages, and you clicked on Dobby to give you the messages when you actually had the time and wanted to bother reading them. And it worked great. I loved it. But there was one plugin that we were using all the time. It was for creating like the banners across the top. I can't remember the name of that one right now, but for some reason, when Dobby was on, it interacted with that one plugin very poorly.
Yeah.
It messed up the entire dashboard, and I had to turn off Dobby in order to turn that one on and use it. And then I had to turn back on Dobby, but it didn't affect the site, like the front end of the site.
Yeah.
It just affected the dashboard, which was really weird.
Well, you got to remember all those banners are being called in CSS classes.
Yeah.
And with specific calls, and Dobby's job is to hide those from you. And if your other banner thing is using the same classes or using those classes, well, Dobby's trying to hide them, and it's going, no, you can't hide them. You know, it'd be like two kids fighting over something. I got to hide this from mom. No, I got to show it to mom. You know.
Yeah, but I thought it was weird because it didn't affect anything like that was created. You could see all of your creations.
Yeah.
You could use all the creations. And the front end was just fine.
Yeah.
But the dashboard to get into the creations was messed up. It was weird.
Well, that's the way it works. All right, with that, we're going to wander off out of here for a couple of minutes. Give our girl a chance. Do you not have 2 additional questions?
I do have 2 additional questions for after the end of show credits.
They're not in my show notes, so that's why I'm asking.
What? They're right there.
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, they are there. All right, I see them. I scrolled past them thinking I was looking at the first two questions. I didn't even read it. All right, with that being said, we're going to let our girl take us on out of here. For those listening on the downloads with their favorite podcast app, you want to hear the additional questions? Wander on over to the YouTube channel and check them out, where we talk about these additional questions and sometimes a little bit of additional banter with the people that are here online listening to us and making chat requests. Other than that, we will be right back after a moment. Let my girl take us on out of here.
Reminders for the show. All the show notes can be found at wppluginsa-z.com. And while you're there, subscribe to the newsletter for more useful information delivered directly to your inbox. WP Plugins A-Z is a show that offers honest and unbiased reviews of plugins created by you, the developers, because you support the show. Help keep the show honest and unbiased by going to wppluginsa-z.com/donate and set the donation level that fits your budget. Help us make the show better for you by subscribing and reviewing the show through your favorite podcast app. You can also watch the show live on YouTube at WP Plugins A-Z, and remember to subscribe and hit the bell to get notifications of all new videos. You can also follow the show on X at WP Plugins A-Z. John can be reached directly through the website wpproaz.com or email him at john@wppro.ca. Amber can also be contacted through the website at wpproaz.com or email her directly, amber@wppro.ca. Thanks for joining us. Have a great day, and we'll see you next week.
You're out here in the great stars. Tell us how fantastic it is. Yeah. Yeah. Is that good? Yeah. Uh-huh. And you got sticks to chase? All right, we're back. Gotta let Rogue get his...
He's so cute.
Let Rogue get his last word in.
Oh, yeah. And just a quick thing, real quick, for anyone who's still with us, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe so you'll get notifications for when we're on again.
Yeah, that would be appreciated, too. I got to remember to make those notes in the thing there, so I'm remember to say it. All right.
So my next question for you is, how do you go about getting the most out of a new plugin? Do you experiment a lot on your own, reach out to the developer with questions, or do a bit of both?
Usually a bit of both. I'll experiment with it until I hit the end of what I can do with it, and then if I need more, I'll reach out to the developer. In this last year and a half, I've actually started taking them when it doesn't do what I want instead of waiting for the developer. Unless, of course, it's a really seriously complex plugin such as Conversion Tracker. If it's something that I can easily go in and modify, I'll fork it.
That works.
And that's the joy of it. I'll fork it out and say, yeah, I just need to do something a little bit different, and it's not that hard, so I'll fork it to do what I want. And most of the time, I won't even publish it anywhere. I'll just do it because I want it that way. I've also done something with, there's been a lot of plugins that have been really good over the years that the developers have abandoned, so I've started forking those because I used them. So yeah, it's a little bit of both, I guess. In the end, I do as much as I can on my own, and then when I hit the limit, then I.
So wait, what?
Somebody took the first crown from Hemdian.
Yeah, but that can't be me. I'm still number 2.
I don't know.
YouTube is biased. What the heck, man? I've barely written anything.
Let's see.
Let's see. If I write something.
Oh, you both have 75 points right now. Because I can go in here and see who my top fans are, and both of you are sitting at 75 experience points.
I did. How did I snipe that? I
have no idea.
I've barely written anything. Hempian has done way more than me.
Oh, well, I don't know. They always seem to cap it and say, oh no, you just hit 100 points. with your last one. So,
How is that even possible?
I have
What
no
the
idea.
heck?
Maybe it's because you have more shows that you're here and make more comments than when Hemdian's here and doesn't make as many comments. I don't know, Hemdian.
I don't know. Is there like a rule book or something that we can look up the rules for?
I have no idea. That just appeared one day and I never dug into it. So, all right. Off to your next question.
It's a weird thing.
Off to your next question.
Questions. Yeah, that's what we're doing. Can you think of something that plugin developers across the board, no matter where they specialize, could do to help make life a little easier? Like, I don't know, a dashboard or a quick link, something?
I really don't know. As I've been writing plugins in the last year, I try to make them easy. And in particular, I'm thinking about myself 6 months later when I haven't looked at it and now I got to go use it again. And it's challenging. You create a dashboard for it, you'll create the perfect set of instructions, but yet they're not always there. It's like, it's across the board. It's really kind of impossible to make it easier for everybody. You make it easy for the people who might use it by giving them really good instructions. It's like I try to create a description and instruction tab for my dashboard mostly for myself, but for other people who come along and use it, so they can just look and click tab, and this is all the stuff that's needed, especially if it's a plugin that's using a shortcode, because I always forget what the shortcode is. And then you got to go look it up, and then you got to go look up the information on it. And it's like, yeah, if you put it somewhere where it can be found, that makes it easier. Screenshots help, but the problem is as a plugin evolves, the screenshots
get outdated.
They get outdated, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's I don't know if there's something across the board that can be done, because across the board, I guess, if it's a plugin that's going to evolve and become more usable, you could do like conversion. Why'd his plugin name just escape my head? It's the one I talked about today, and of course, it's just gone right out of my head.
Conversion something. I know which one you're talking about. I just can't remember the name of it.
He has a very good knowledge base for it.
Okay.
To go, okay, how does I do this? And he's got a link right off the plugin. Go check out how to use it. And inside his plugin, when you're using it, he's got little info icons, and you click it, it takes you to the knowledge base article for that specific.
That's actually a really good idea.
And that is probably for the more in-depth plugins, that is probably the best thing a developer can do. As you create the knowledge base, it's like a little icon, a little eye icon next to the information. You click the icon, poop it up, it opens up a new web page, taking you to that specific page in the knowledge base of the information. And as the knowledge gets outdated or updated, it's easy enough to update the knowledge base content, which is probably the best thing for a really heavy plugin that's got a lot of stuff. I don't have any heavy plugins yet, but I do have one plugin that I'm working on that I'm starting to put together the knowledge base for.
Yeah, so when I'm thinking about plugins, and I'm not a plugin writer, but when I'm using plugins or testing plugins, one of my favorite things is when they have like an instant link. Like when you're on the plugin page, some plugins will have an instant link where you click it and it takes you right to the dashboard. Yeah. I love that. And I also love when they have like a separate page that helps explain everything, takes you through step by step. And I do love, those are my two favorite things.
Yeah. Okay. Well, your little instant link or settings link, as I call it.
Yeah.
I've made sure every one of my plugins has that, because that would be, I guess across the board, that would be the best thing. Because when the plugin creates a menu item, we know WordPress's menu now. It's like nothing. You can't find it.
It's chaotic.
It's chaotic. You would think it would be alphabetized, but no, that's not how it works either, because some are stuck in this subsection, or that subsection. Some are stuck at the top level. You just don't know where it goes. But if you activate the plugin, scroll down, you can find the plugin because they're alphabetized.
Yeah.
And then you go, okay, here's the settings link. Click. Well, I do that for every one of my plugins because I can't find my own menus. Even though I know where they're being placed, I still can't find them in the very long list of menu items in a WordPress dashboard.
actually reminds me of a plugin that I brought to the show before. Put any new plugins at the bottom. So anything that you've added is at the bottom of the WordPress list. That way you don't have to search for them.
Yeah, but what happens when you keep adding new plugins? Each one gets added at the bottom. So now you got a bottom that's full of a whole bunch of jambled plugins.
Actually, no, it's alphabetized.
Oh, okay.
It stays alphabetized, but all below the actual WordPress menu, which is very cool.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's
I like
okay.
it.
until a plugin is activated and the menu is stuffed in the sub-item of settings or tools.
Yeah, that frustrates me.
Okay, because I have several of the plugins I've written. Some of them, they get stuffed into the sub-item of settings. Some of them get stuffed into the sub-item of tools.
Hey, here's a question.
Mm-hmm.
Do you do that, or does WordPress do that?
Oh, you do that as a developer.
You do that.
You determine.
Okay.
You determine when you're creating it. You determine where in the menu your plugin is supposed to show its menu item.
Okay.
Yeah, you get to tell it where to go, except for certain areas it doesn't go. But even when you tell it where to go, it doesn't seem to always go where it's supposed to go. And I've tried to put it in specific menus, and it won't go there because of a conflict. It actually breaks the website. So it's like, yeah, I don't know. It's supposed to go there. The code says it's going to go there, but the website goes, no, I ain't doing it.
No, I don't feel like following your rules. I'm going to create my own.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is, you know. It's been a very interesting journey actually writing plugins while just dreaming about it for 10 years. Now that I have a tool that writes the code
That
for
helps
me.
you.
Well, the tool actually types out the code for me because my typing skills suck, as presented earlier, MG versus MB.
MB.
Yeah, you know, typing skills, you know. Yeah, and the G and B are right next to each other. Diagonally, but
Are they?
Yeah,
They're sort of. Yeah,
they're
okay,
diagonally.
I can see it.
And I'm a 3 and 4 finger typer. I'm not a full hand blind typer. I have to actually watch my fingers.
Yeah, apparently I sound like a machine gun when I'm typing.
Well, you do. You hit like 80 words a minute or something.
95 actually.
95. See, that's what I mean. That is like a machine gun going off. Yeah, my top typing was 35 words a minute, and it took me 6 months of insane practice to get there. And as soon as I passed the test, got into my course, I quit paying attention. I'm probably back down to around 10 or 15 words a minute.
Probably.
Yeah. So.
All right. Well, that is all the questions I have for today.
And that's all the randomness we've got. We should let Rogue get his full words in here today. So go for it, Rogue. What's going on? Really? What else do you got to say? You're out here in the great outdoors. Tell us how fantastic it is. Yeah. Yeah. Is that good? Yeah. Uh-huh. And you got sticks to chase? And you got a pile of sticks over there, right? Yeah. All right, sit. Sit. Wait. Wait. Go get it. And there we go. We'll let him wander out. I get such cool videos of him when I'm out there in the forest. With that, a little bit of music to carry us on through till the end of the show.
Don't claim to know your story, don't even have my own. In the search for glory, gone with them sacred rules of old. They went missing down Highway 49. Devil's at the crossroads, sitting doing time. Preacher man discovered, passed down from saint to sage, like a kind-hearted lover who's been lost on this stage. Went missing down Highway 49. Devil's at the crossroads, sitting doing time. crossroads, sitting doing time. Junkie and the jigger just seen who done the crime. Captain pulled the trigger, guess who's doing time? They went missing down Highway 49. Devil's at the crossroads, is he yours or is he mine? Don't claim to know your story, don't even have my own. In our search for glory, gone with them sacred rules of old. We're missing down Highway 49. Devil's at the crossroads, sitting doing time. Devil's at a crossroads, Joker's doing fine. Just sitting doing time.
Alrighty, folks, that's all we got now. Take care. Bye-bye.
Take care.
Oh my god, that is amazing!
Oh no. Obviously we just lost the satellite